the Spectrum with Brody the Brain Herman. He doesn't just watch wrestling, he decodes it. From the deep history of wrestling to today's matches in the ring and beyond. Get a deeper dive in the world of professional wrestling. And now, here's Patrico, Flying Ryan, and Brody the Brain Herman. This is Wrestling on the Spectrum.
Hello, welcome to Wrestling on the Spectrum. Today we are going to talk about the WWE Class of 2026 inductees. How are you all doing today, Tony and Ryan?
Oh man, I am great. I am so great. And Brody, I've been looking forward to this episode. Let's get the introductions out of the way. My name is Tony Patrico, and you spell that P-A-C-O-B. And again, welcome to Wrestling on the Spectrum, all brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. If you have joined us as you found us as a member of the Podcast Heat family, welcome. If you are watching us on YouTube or on TikTok, welcome. The show is live. We are in St. Louis. It is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Beautiful, chilly day here in St. Louis, and a great day to talk. I would not want to do this with anyone else than the two fellas that join me in studio right now, manning the board on the ones and the twos, Flying Ryan Swingler. Ryan, what up, my man? How are you?
Oh, I'm good, Tony. Good.
Love to have you here. Very excited. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brody the Brain Herman. Now, Brody, it's a big day to talk about WWE Hall of Fame. Okay. We've got a lot to dive into when it comes to the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class. But before we do that, one thing that I wanted to do, moving forward with these episodes is pretend I missed wrestling this week. I need Brody Herman's takes. I don't need a big, long, here's everything that happened. But let's just pretend I missed Raw, I missed NXT, I missed SmackDown. Give me some big things that I missed that I need to be made aware of as we continue down this road to WrestleMania.
That is right. So there have been a few matches that were announced this week. Sami Zayn will be defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams at WrestleMania. And of course, we have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. All of those matches have been announced for WrestleMania.
So it's McIntyre and Fatu. So we got kind of it right for Mania.
Yes.
We kind of got it right. Do you think this was always the plan, or do you think they changed things on the fly?
Well, I don't know if they changed things on the fly, but I figured that Drew McIntyre, they had a little bit of a title reign there because they didn't want Drew to keep losing going into his match with Jacob Fatu. And I think Cody and Randy ticket sales have been sluggish, so I think that's the main event they went with to add some star power. And I think Drew and Jacob is going to be a great WrestleMania match, unsanctioned, considering Drew was recently suspended by WWE in storyline, so I'm very excited about that match. And I think Randy Orton was added to the main event to add star power to help ticket sales.
And I think it will, and I think it definitely does. I think it's that name that people want. It's that name that people expect to see at Mania in the main event. I'll tell you what, I am really looking forward to this Oba-Brock match.
Me too.
You want to put two machines in the ring against each other. Okay, they both check those boxes.
Yep.
And the thing I love is that I would say for the past, 5, 6 Lesnar Mania appearances, it's been show up, destroy, go home. Right? Most of them, that's kind of how they've treated the build. That's how they treated the match. We're not seeing that. They are really putting Oba over. And I have to say, hate him or love him, personality, personal stuff, whatever you may say, Brock Lesnar is working with Obafemi.
Yes, he
is.
is.
I'm very excited to see
I'm very excited about that. And of course, Sami Zayn defeated Carmelo Hayes to win the United States Championship in SmackDown in Pittsburgh. So it'll be Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams at WrestleMania. So it looks like they're going to put the United States Championship belt on Trick Williams.
Right call here.
I guess they believe more in Trick Williams than they do Carmelo Hayes, and that doesn't surprise me considering Trick Williams' physique and his work in the ring. I'm not surprised that they're likely going to put a belt on Trick Williams at WrestleMania.
If I was Carmelo Hayes, I would be wildly bummed. They don't have the confidence in me to pass the belt to Trick Williams. You have to give it to, as we call them here, the placeholders.
Yeah.
You have to give it to Sami Zayn. I think they kind of did Carmelo Hayes wrong here. Main reason being, he worked his ass off doing this United States Open Challenge.
Yep.
I think he did a great job, and I think it's kind of dirty to put the belt on Sammy leading into Mania.
I just want to say, guess how many title defenses Carmelo Hayes has in his United States title?
I mean, it's got to
At
be
least 10.
or 15.
It was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy,
that's what I figured.
man. And it's kind of a bummer to see him pass the belt to Sammy, but I get it. You know, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams is a much bigger marquee match than Trick versus Carmelo. So, dude, I think that's perfect. Like that is the exact thing that if I was talking with my buddies going, hey, what I miss in wrestling this week, that's how that conversation would go. So fantastic. You know, the road to WrestleMania is being paved as we speak. We're seeing things take shape. But one of the most important things, and I truly believe that, I'm not just saying that to build up what we're talking about today. One of the most important things, I believe, is the induction into the WWE Hall of Fame during Mania weekend. And this is a pretty big class. Usually there's some names in there where I go, what the hell did that guy do? Or who the hell was that? What tag team in the 70s was he in? This is a star-studded class. And Brody, I am really looking forward to getting into this. Now, before you jump off, go to the YouTube chat, everybody.
Yes.
YouTube, look for Wrestling on the Spectrum. We are live. We're also live on TikTok and all that kind of stuff, too. So make sure you're going in there, participate, ask questions, get involved. We will read your questions here live on Wrestling on the Spectrum. So, Brody, WWE Class of 2026, give me the first inductee that you want to talk about.
Yes, Bad News Brown. The following two are going to be legacy inductees. That means I don't believe a family member of theirs will be speaking on their behalf, and that's kind of interesting, particularly with these two inductees. Bad News Brown wrestled for the WWE in the 80s, and of course, most notably wrestled in Stampede in Canada. He was an Olympic bronze medalist. So Bad News Brown, obviously, anytime he would enter a locker room, the temperature in the air would change, as Lance Storm would say. And congrats to him. He's both Bad News Brown and Sid have passed away, but family members, I guess, won't be speaking on their behalf in the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. So congratulations to Bad News Brown on getting into the Hall of Fame.
So Bad News Brown, again, this is a little bit before my time.
He was a heel in WWE in the 80s.
And from what I've read, Bad News Brown was he was legit. Like there were people that would say a match with Bad News Brown, you hurt for weeks.
Absolutely,
afterwards.
yes.
Because he didn't hold back. This was a guy that happened to get involved in wrestling, but was a legitimate badass.
Yep.
I know I saw some like modern day comparisons to like Taz.
Yeah.
I also saw like Samoa Joe, you know, just because of the brutality.
Yeah, the brutality. Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, so who was his most popular feud with, I guess you would say, in the WWE?
He had a feud with Hogan for a little while,
okay.
I would say.
Give me a timeline. When was Bad News Brown really?
In the 80s for WWE. He was a staple all throughout the 80s.
So no like Bret Hart, no nothing like that?
Yeah, he had Bret Hart. It was in Canada.
Okay, so Bret Hart, he had a feud with him.
Yeah, he did.
So this was just your quintessential heel, and he just did it correctly. Was there any bad blood between him and the WWE?
I believe he was
2026?
disgruntled that he wasn't the WWE champion, and he was disgruntled towards the company. But yeah, Bad News Brown, one of those guys, it was very notable for his Stampede Wrestling run. So that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I also read that he was like one of the first like lone wolves.
Yeah.
Like he never really never really got along with partners when they put him together.
Right.
He always kind of marched to the beat of his own drum.
There you go.
So definitely I would say somebody that is crucial in the development of professional wrestling as a whole. So I think Bad News Brown definitely worthy of the recognition of that WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. And now the next one, of course, is Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, whatever you want to call him. And wow, say the least. Sid's legacy is complicated, to say the least. Very complicated. One of those guys, I think the fans loved and cared for him more than he loved and cared for them.
Yeah. You know what's funny to me? I think of Sid Justice or Sid Udy, his real name, whatever you want to call it. I think of Sid and I go, what a character, what potential, but the person got in the way of the character.
Yes, absolutely.
And there were so many different instances and circumstances. And again, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot of wrestling books. And one of the things that is an overarching thing that continuously is talked about is that Sid Udy got in Sid Udy's way.
Yes.
He could have been so much bigger. Like they were talking,
he wasn't dedicated.
He had Nash status. Like he was ready to be the elite of the elite. But the problem is maybe it was work ethic, maybe it was attitude. Like you said, Brody, he just wasn't bought all in.
No, he wasn't dedicated. We all know he loves the softball. You know, it reminds me a lot of Ben Simmons. He's like the Ben Simmons of professional wrestling, and I'll tell you why in a second. But Sid's one of those guys. Vince had a prorate his contract. You don't get paid unless you show up. He didn't get guaranteed money, as he should have, because he missed a lot of shows. He wasn't there. He had that scissors incident with Arn Anderson.
Oh, I
he
forgot about
he
that,
did.
man.
That's why I was out of WCW after 1993.
Real quick, what's that story? Just for people that don't know.
He had an altercation with Arn involving scissors, and that's why he departed from WCW after 1993.
When you say an altercation involving scissors, we're talking about stabbing
Arn
scissors.
Anderson. Yeah.
Not like, I was cutting paper and I accidentally cut Arn Anderson's
No,
fingers.
he stabbed Arn Anderson.
He attacked him with scissors.
Yeah.
At 2026, going to jail. Back in the day with wrestling, it was, you guys figure your ish out. You guys figure it out. This was like kind of a whoop. They just kind of buried it. Can you imagine this happening in 2026? We'd have 15 video angles. We'd have 27 TikTok people going after both of these guys. It would be insanity.
It'd be insane.
But back then, whoop, just kind of went away. Attacked with scissors, Ryan.
That's
Stabbed.
insane.
Sid Justice stabbed Arn Anderson with scissors. That is essentially like, all of a sudden we hear a story that Matt Cardona stabbed CM Punk with the scissors.
Yeah.
And it just gets buried. Yeah. Unbelievable.
But, he had a lot of those stories. And I mean, listen, Sid he was mostly known for having heat with The Office, no showing, holding people up for money. Sid is a very interesting character, but the fans loved him. They loved his look. Most of all, he wasn't great in the ring. He wasn't great on promos, but he certainly was a guy that he looked like a Greek god. He had an unbelievable aura. He main evented a couple WrestleManias, one against Hulk Hogan, and another one where he dropped the title of WrestleMania at WrestleMania 13, which was one of the crowning moments of The Undertaker's career. He won the WWE Championship twice. He main evented 2 WrestleManias. He won the United States Championship once at WCW, won the WCW World Heavyweight Championship twice. So Sid won a lot of titles, but wasn't the most dedicated. Loved the softball. He's since passed away. Like Bad News Brian is going to be legacy inductee. And, some people say, listen, Paul Levesque didn't want Sid's family to speak on him on the main show because he didn't like his dedication, but it all checks out.
All I know is Sid Beauty is in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026 for his resume alone, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Just because of his accomplishments. Like, you can't not put somebody that's held multiple belts in multiple companies that are now owned by the same company, who is such a pivotal figure during that 90s era. I mean, he's got to go in.
He does.
There are 2 stories that immediately pop into my head when I think of Sid Justice, okay? And they are wrestling related, obviously, but they're not necessarily wins and losses related. Number 1 is the infamous promo where he asks Mean Gene Okerlund if he could do it again, and Gene goes, "Well, we're live."
I remember that.
That's one of my favorite
I remember
ones.
that.
I absolutely love that because he goes, "Oh, ooh." He goes, "Can we do that again?" He goes, "Nope, we're live." But I think the number 1 incident that people will remember Sid Justice for, and even the non-wrestling fans, is that brutal leg break.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. It was at WCW Sin. That was the end of his nationally televised wrestling career, and he broke his leg, and ouch.
Dude, it's one of the most brutal injury videos you have ever seen. Came off the top rope, landed awkwardly. His ginormous leg folded in a way that no leg should ever fold.
Yep.
And it was brutal. Now, Brody, this is tapping into the brain here.
Sure.
I'm not looking for the wrestler's name at the time. I'm looking for the wrestler's name right now. Who was the last ever professional wrestler that Sid Justice gave his powerbomb to? I know the answer. It is literally the last person he ever got in the ring. Nope.
It's not Heath Slater?
It's not Heath Slater, but you're getting close there. He is currently a WWE belt holder. He is a champion.
He is.
Currently in the WWE.
Cody Rhodes?
Nope.
Sami Zayn?
Bingo. It was Sami Zayn when he was on the Indies. I have no idea what his name even was. It was some
and he took the last power bomb from
Sid. The last power bomb
I didn't know that
Sid ever gave was to Sami Zayn.
Wow.
What a fun fact, right?
He wrestled a little bit on the Indies after his nationally televised career was over, but unfortunately he sold a bit of farm chemicals. and that ended up factoring into his passing. A little bit of that roundup.
I remember seeing his some of his indie matches. If you thought Sid Justice moved slow in the WWE, doctor.
Man.
Doctor. So Bad News Brown in the WWE Hall of Fame. Sid Justice in the WWE Hall of Fame. Both of those, like you mentioned, Brody, legacy inductees. But we've got some folks that are going to be there. We've got some folks that are big names and heavy hitters. Who's next to enter the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame class?
Now, first, before we get there, folks, how many Lord Humonguses have been in pro wrestling? Do you know that it started with blank, and then you had Sid. Sid was one of them.
Okay, so you had mentioned Lord Humongous, and immediately I went, what the hell is he talking about? But then it hit me. Lord Humongous was when they tried to do that character.
Yeah.
Like they build a character.
Oh, yeah.
And they go, multiple people can be this character.
Yes.
WWE used to do
Yeah,
that.
like El Grande Americano.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know
Okay,
they used
so
to do that like that.
They used to do that back in
Yes.
the day. Unfortunately, they weren't ready for it, and it never really worked any time.
Right.
But Lord Humongous, was this kind of like the Mad Max character?
This was, it was a Mad Max characters
Okay.
in Memphis. So it started with Mike Stark originating the role and Jeff Van Camp, and then Sid was for a while, and they had Randy Lewis and
Now, was
Barry
that-
Buchanan, Gary Nations did it.
Was the Big Boss Man Lord Humongous
no,
at all
he
time?
was not.
He
He was
wasn't?
not Lord Humongous.
At one point I thought I remember seeing something about Ray Trailer, and
he may have been, but I don't think so. I
Okay.
don't think he was.
I think again, I think now that they know how to do it and know how to do it correctly, I think that character works. Like case in point, you've already said,
Yep.
El Grande Americana.
Mm-hmm.
It's working. That's working
Yes.
how they're doing it.
Oh, yes.
Before it didn't work because they would get put in these situations and they would go, I've got the perfect character for Flying Ryan Swingler. Well, then you'd get hurt or leave. And instead of going, well, we got to wait or drop that, they would go, okay, Brody can be that character.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it's like that. I don't believe that anymore.
Correct.
So it was a very interesting concept. And I think in 2026 it works. I just think they weren't ready and they weren't quick enough to adapt for it to work back when they were trying all of this. But it's interesting. Can you think of any other characters where they've done that? I know like Doink,
Darth Vader in wrestling for a while. There were a lot of Darth Vaders.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm kind of glad the gimmick days are gone. Every once in a while to see it pop up works. Like example, Danhausen nowadays.
Right.
I'm all in on Danhausen, by the way.
Oh, I think it's great.
It's fantastic. I don't even think he needs to wrestle. To hell with him wrestling. Just do this and just give me that, because remember, we have said this multiple times on this show. Why do we like professional wrestling? It's not just from bell to bell. It's everything else in between as well.
Right.
Like that. Tell me the story. Entertain me. Show me a match where two guys beat the hell out of each other, and then give me something to laugh as a palate cleanser. And I think with Danhausen, they're doing it very, very well. But I don't know. Do you think that there's any like other Mad Max inspired wrestling characters out there?
I would say Tijo Khan, the Barbarian. You remember the Missing Link was originally Max the Missing Link. So there are a few other Mad Max inspired characters, and including the next inductee, Demolition, the Road Warrior, clones, interpreters, perpetrators, whatever you want to call
They try
them.
to impersonate him a little bit.
Impersonator. There you go. Road Warrior impersonator. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. So Vince could not have the Road Warriors, so guess what he has? Demolition. Barry Darsow, Smash, Bill Eadie, Axe are going into the WWE Hall of Fame. 3-time WWE Tag Team Champions. They were a staple of the WWE Tag Team division in the 80s. Okay. I mean, once Vince got the Road Warriors, goodbye Demolition.
I truly, when I saw that they were getting inducted, you know what the first thing I thought was?
What was that?
They're not in already? Because I think they need
No,
to be.
but I mean, the thing is that they were just a placeholder until Vince could get the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they were.
They were a placeholder until Vince could get the Road Warriors. But we've seen so many different placeholders flounder. They did it. They actually came out and they actually did it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
They lived up to it. If you are looking for, and they always say imitation is the best form of flattery, right?
Yep.
Well, I remember hearing Road Warrior Animal talk about this and him going, we didn't care. It just made us better.
Yep.
Because it just looked like a light version of us. So then when people did see us, they went, damn, they are the real thing. But I think Demolition, Axe, Smash, they did it so well that people accepted it.
Yeah.
We don't get the Road Warriors. Okay, we'll take Demolition. And I think for that, being able to thrive, I mean, hell, they held the belts for how long? 480 plus
Yeah.
days or something? They did it and did it well. So I think that it makes sense that they get their flowers by entering in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And didn't they try and add like a third member too?
Brian Adams.
Yeah,
Crush.
Crush at one point was part of it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. What's amazing is Road Warriors got there and snapping fingers gone. It dissipated.
Yeah, they did. And did Demolition ever go to WCW?
No. Barry
Hall of Fame?
Darsow did, but Bill Eadie sued the company. That's why they didn't get in for the longest time, because Bill Eadie was suing the company. So that was a big part of why they weren't in the WWE Hall of Fame. But I'm glad to see him in. And
both original members is still with us or no?
Oh no! The original Smash is not with us anymore. The original Smash, not Barry Darsow, but Moondog Rex. Randy Colley is no longer with us.
Got you. But the two guys that people
remember
that
Bill
you
Eadie and Barry
know.
Darsow are in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Awesome. And they'll be there, right?
Yes, they will. They're going to
Okay.
give a speech.
Awesome. Give me a couple tag teams. I have one right off the bat. When I would say like a modern tag
The
team.
Ascension.
Dude.
Remember when Connor, and what was it, Victor and
Yes.
Connor at one point?
Yes.
Road Warrior clones.
100%. The other ones where they kind of did it, and I would say they used them as a big influence, but definitely didn't just copy them. War Raiders.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I would say so.
Big, giant, bulky dudes. Throw some face paint on them and just
Yep.
let them beat the hell
Powers
out
of
people.
Pain, Warlord and Barbarian, the Blade Runners. Remember Warrior and Sting started off in Memphis.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, dude. Yes.
Road
What a name,
Warrior.
dude.
Yeah, Road Warrior impersonators.
Well, okay. So I know your answer. Your answer to the question, was Demolition the best tag team in the 80s, is no.
Right.
But do you think they're top five? Top five?
No, because that would be the Fantastics, the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express, the British Bulldogs, and the Hart Foundation. So no, they're not top five, I would say.
Okay. I like that. I mean, because I think a lot of people would immediately just kind of throw them into the top five. Wouldn't you agree?
I think people would say the Road Warriors, and I would put just not personally, I wouldn't put the Road Warriors in the Fantastics, but obviously the Road Warriors belong in the top five. And I think most people think of the Road Warriors before they think Demolition.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like, oh, wait, those guys weren't the Road Warriors. Oh, wait, they were Demolition. But we believe it. Have you ever heard of the term the Mandela effect?
Yes.
In wrestling, Demolition is an example of the Mandela effect, of where they believe the Road Warriors in the WWE in like 88, 89. I'm talking about very casual fans. Really, it was Demolition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of
They
people
just
believe,
assume.
They just assume, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, the Road Warriors must have been there. Oh wait,
Now-
no, it was Demolition.
Did they ever have a lengthy feud? Road Warriors versus Demolition? Did
No.
you ever get that?
No, because as soon as the Road Warriors got there, Barry Darsow became the Repo Man, and
Yep.
that was when I think Bill Eadie kind of faded away.
Okay, so wrapping up talking about Demolition here, how important would you say that they were to not only WWF's tag team division, but tag team wrestling as a whole?
Let me tell you where their importance really was. This is one of the only times Vince actually acknowledged that the competition had something so good that we need something just like it.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And not only did he acknowledge it, he executed it.
Yeah, he executed it.
Which is a huge thing because everybody always wants to talk crap about the competition.
Right.
But when you execute and actually do something, it's huge. You know, another time that Vince McMahon did that, D-Generation X.
That's right. NWO.
And guess what? That worked out pretty damn well for
It
him as
did.
well. So I think with that statement alone, Brody,
Yeah.
they deserve their spot.
There you
in
go.
the 2026 WWE.
Yes,
Hall
they
of
do.
Fame. Absolutely.
Yes, they do.
All right, so who's next? I mean, we've got
course,
Demolition
yeah.
out of the way. We've got Lord Humongous himself, Psycho Sid Beauty, and we've also got Bad News Brown. But we're not even close to being done yet, folks.
No.
Who's next getting
We've
the
got
honor?
Dennis Rodman, the celebrity inductee for the WWE Hall of Fame this year, a 5-time NBA champion, was part of the NWO, wrestled 3 matches in WCW, kind of a loosely affiliated member of the NWO. He's kind of a wild, eccentric basketball player. For those who don't know, he was an excellent rebounder, amazing defender, known as the Worm. He has dyed hair all the time and a lot of piercings, jewelry, and tattoos, and he's Dennis Rodman, okay? The guy has worn a wedding dress. He's married himself. He's a wild, eccentric basketball player. He's a basketball Hall of Famer. Now he's a wrestling Hall of Famer. So he's a big wrestling fan, and Dennis Rodman's speech may be something to behold. I have no idea what it's going to be, and I have no idea what he's even going to wear.
Oh, I know.
But
It's going to be something.
it's some out of this world.
No, I bet he comes out dressed as Dennis Rodman walking down the aisle with Hollywood Hogan. For the first
Probably.
time. That little frayed, cut off NWO, or the shirt with Rodman with the NWO spray paint on the side of his hair. He comes out something like that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Ryan before the show started.
Sure.
Today, and Ryan was like, "Hey, I'm still, trying to figure out everybody that's going into the Hall of Fame." Da, da, da. He's like, "Give me a rundown." And I said, "Dennis Rodman," and the look on his face was like,
Yeah, man.
Dennis Rodman. Now, somebody that did not grow up watching the Attitude Era.
Right.
I'm going to say this, and this is a very, very niche thing.
Sure.
That time frame when Dennis Rodman skipped the practice while the Bulls were in the NBA championship.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about
He
that.
skipped practice to go and be on Nitro. Okay, that skipped practice. Phil Jackson was calling Hulk Hogan, saying, "Where is my guy?" And Hulk Hogan was going, "He don't want to come. He don't want to go to practice." Oh, by the way, he also played and started in the game and had a hell of a game as well.
Well, yeah, because that's Dennis Rodman.
It's insane. But what I'm saying is
Insane.
that 2-month, 3-month period of wrestling is my favorite period of wrestling.
He was doing this for
all
3
time.
months. Like, he was actually just leaving practice, showing up
Yeah.
on Nitro like that.
Oh, dude, it was insane.
Like, I thought that was just like a one-off thing. Like, he
and-
was always like just
That's just the stuff we know. I mean, like Hogan had said, before he passed, Hogan has been quoted in interviews of saying, like, I can't even begin to tell you some of the things that we did with Dennis Rodman. What you saw on television as the NWO, as those cool bad guys, times that by 1,000, and that's how they actually were. But my question, Brody,
Yeah.
should he go in?
Should he go in? Yeah, why not? He's Dennis Rodman.
How many
He's a
matches did Dennis Rodman have in professional
WCW
wrestling?
3, and he had a couple matches with Kurt Hennig overseas, maybe no more than 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think I saw that he had 5
Yeah.
official, quote unquote,
Right.
professional wrestling matches.
Right.
But at the same time, we're putting people in the WWE that have had zero professional wrestling matches, but they just love the sport. They've been a champion for professional wrestling, so they get in. Dennis Rodman got the world talking about professional wrestling. What Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire were to the home run race in baseball, that was what Dennis Rodman was to professional
I'd say
wrestling.
Mike Tyson also.
Yes, exact 100%. If you don't have Dennis Rodman, you don't have the Jay Leno thing.
That's right.
You don't have that exposure to the main, to every person.
Right.
You don't have any of that. You put Mike Tyson was a great example.
Sure.
When Mike Tyson started doing stuff with WWE, people started talking about WWE that have never mentioned those letters together ever before.
Right.
Same thing happened with Dennis Rodman and WCW. And I think his influence in professional wrestling is so important, not because of what he did in the ring, not because of what he changed in professional wrestling, but the fact that he made it again cool to be a wrestling fan.
Mhm.
When Dennis Rodman started showing up, I remember I went, I don't feel like a loser talking to my friends that I watched wrestling because the Worm is there, and the Worm
That's
is
right.
awesome.
Yeah, he is.
And the Worm is awesome.
People were wondering what color his hair would be when he would come out of the
Yeah,
tunnel.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it's one of those things, again, guys, when you go and you go back and you watch, just watch the crowd. They ate it up so
Absolutely.
much rabid. Like we listen to WWE go overseas and we hear the people singing the theme songs and doing the chants and doing we do all that. It's great. Back then, fans were rabid, Ryan. It was insane. It was almost encouraged to throw trash in the ring, and Rodman soaked it up. The little things that he did with WCW, he did them so damn well, man. So damn well. So, Brody, you think that Dennis Rodman does deserve
Yes, of course.
this honor?
Yes, why not?
I think just for the sole fact of putting him back on WWE TV to see what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Rodman's the type of guy that gets up there and says he's still got one more match in him. He's
Probably.
that guy.
Yeah.
He is that guy. But the problem is if you know anything about Dennis Rodman, if you've heard any interview, the man is a loose cannon through and through.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit difficult to go ahead and go, yeah, Dennis, we're going to work with you here. Here's the schedule. No, that doesn't probably work. for Dennis
No,
Rodman.
no.
So, but I think, again, strong class. I like the celebrity induction here, especially because This is, again, another name that's going to get everybody talking. By the way, where's Mania this year, Brody?
Las Vegas.
So put
Yeah,
Dennis
dude.
Rodman in
Oh,
Vegas
he'll
at
have a
Mania.
blast in Vegas that weekend. You already know.
I just want somebody to please follow him around with a camera just for 48 hours.
TMZ will.
Just for 48 hours.
They will.
Brody, we talk about wrestling shows and manias in Vegas.
Sure.
We talk about how WWE goes overseas. And a lot of people, myself included, I look at Mania tickets and I go, there's no way that I could ever afford that. Well, what about when wrestling comes to your very own backyard?
Yeah.
And what if you can even go for free?
That's right. For free, that's right. BCRaffles.com, BCRAFFL. Yes, that's you. That's right. WWE's on the road to WrestleMania, but they're taking a stop right here at St. Louis for SmackDown on April 3rd. That's right. April 3rd, it's going to be at the Enterprise Center at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. at the Enterprise Center. You get 2 free WWE tickets and, of course, free parking. Woohoo! Free parking, $150 WWE gift card. You could buy a t-shirt of your favorite wrestler, a championship belt, and so much more with a $150 WWE gift card. That's right, $150 WWE gift card, free parking, and, of course, 2 WWE tickets. That's right, it's going to be on SmackDown April 3rd at the Enterprise Center at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. April 3rd. Don't miss out. Go to BCRaffles.com, BCRAFFL, yes, .com, and enter your information to win 2 WWE tickets, free parking, and $150 WWE gift card.
Again, that website is bcraffles.com. That's bcraffles.com. Like Brody just mentioned, go see SmackDown at Enterprise Center for free. You get 2 tickets, you get free parking, and a $150 gift card. Again, that is bcraffles.com. Now, here's the other thing that I wanted to ask you, Brody. We are getting an induction into the WWE Hall of Fame where on the surface, okay, some might say it seems a little weird because a little bit of nepotism.
A little bit.
Somebody in the family.
It's all good.
However, you can't deny the impact that Stephanie McMahon has had on the
Yeah,
world of
she's
wrestling.
had an incredible run in WWE behind the scenes, not just in the ring. She's an incredible authority figure on screen. I love when she slapped the Big Show. That was a treat. Anytime she was on camera, it was intriguing. And she's done a lot behind the scenes. She's a McMahon. So there you go. Is she the first McMahon to be inducted in the Hall of Fame? I believe so. I don't think Shane's ever been inducted.
Whoa. What? That is very, very interesting.
Yeah.
That's
She's
the
going to get
first
inducted
McMahon.
before Vince, by the way.
I mean, Senior's got to be in there, right? Senior's
Oh,
got to
Vince
be in.
Senior's got to be in. Right.
Senior's got to be in there. If he's not, then Vinny Boy has done messed up.
That's
But
true.
I think Senior's got to be in there. But yeah, I think it's surprising. I think a lot of people would have expected Vince to go in before any of them. But with Vince, I think that there's a reason he's not in right now. I think you give it 2 or 3 more years and they do something with Vince. I definitely think, and I'm not wishing this upon him. So
Yeah,
don't think
Senior is in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
I'm not wishing this upon Vince, so don't think that. But when he passes away, I think definitely it makes it a little bit easier to put him in the Hall of Fame because people don't want to hear from him right now.
Yep.
They don't want to. The latest Vince McMahon thing, I don't know if anybody, you guys saw the video of him getting pulled over after that, driving 100 miles an hour and getting that accident.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Vincent driving. He drives like a maniac, Tony.
Okay, so this is very timely, all right?
Okay.
Vince McMahon, same thing with Tiger Woods. You have so much money. One accident, okay.
Hire a driver.
Okay. One accident, okay. After the second one, I'm not going to drive anymore. I got enough money to pay somebody to drive me. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Why are we putting ourselves in these situations?
Ego.
I'm not saying that this is the reason that anything happened to anybody. But if you want to drink, you want to smoke, you want to take pills, you want to do whatever the hell you want to do, and you're a celebrity, hire a driver. You have the money. You have the necessary. Listen, there are people here that are big enough in St. Louis that nobody knows across the country, but you're big enough here that you could go, oh my God, I can't drive anymore. I need a ride. And somebody will give you a ride. Every day of your life, that one person will go, I love you enough to where I'm giving you a ride. These are celebrities that are known globally. Get a ride. Just get a ride. Because I'm so sick of praying and hoping for the Tiger Woods comeback to just continue to see this type of stuff happen. Same with Vince McMahon. I would love for Vince McMahon to do something or come back and get his flowers and go into the Hall of Fame and be able to be there, but I don't think it's going to happen because there's just thing after thing after thing. But going back into Stephanie McMahon, what's your favorite Stephanie McMahon era, role?
I loved your storyline with Triple H because it became real. And that romance is probably
the original,
The
creation
original
of it?
one.
Yeah.
That, it's probably one of the best wrestling romance storylines ever.
Yeah. I mean, I name a different one. I mean, you really can't.
Savage and Elizabeth.
Probably that's probably
Yeah.
the most historical known one.
Yeah.
But I think as far as romance, where it's storyline and action and believable, I think that's it, man.
Absolutely.
The fight over Miss Elizabeth was great, but I think this is, I mean, Edge and Lita and Matt Hardy. But
yeah,
again,
that was intriguing.
But again, and you want to know why? Because it was real, man.
It was real.
It had
Well, the best
glimpses
ones are
of-
always real.
Yeah, because people are more invested.
Of
People
course.
get back into it. I think I have a close tie for mine.
Okay.
I really love.
Do you love the Stephanie Triple H wedding?
I did think that was pretty great.
Okay.
I did think that was great. The drive-through wedding was pretty great, and I do like the fact that that has been referenced like multiple
Of
times.
course.
Where it's like, I do really love that. I think my two favorite though are, I really like what she did during the higher power stuff.
That's true.
I don't like the culmination of it. I don't like how they wrapped it up, but I think she was great.
That was
during
very
that.
early on when she was on screen.
Great during that. But I think the corporation Stephanie was great because she annoyed me enough to make me hate her. But then again, also I went, man, she did that on purpose.
Do you like
She's
when she
good at it.
slapped Big Show repetitively on television?
She should have done it for 33 minutes. I would have watched all 33 minutes of it.
It was so funny. She just wouldn't stop. I think she got a little carried away. And remember what she did with Randy Orton? That was great. Remember the time when she was just laying in the middle of the ring and that whole bit, it got Randy Orton over.
Yeah, you have mentioned Big Show a couple times now.
Yeah.
Big Show to me, and we could do a whole episode on this. Big Show to me is one of those wrestlers that I want to love so bad because of the person, because of who he actually is. I just don't like him in the ring. Like, I just don't.
He's very athletic.
He's so athletic. And dude, the Giant in WCW legitimately scared me when I was a kid. Like, I was like, oh my God, this guy's Andre the Giant, but he can move.
He
Like,
never
it was
had a great
unbelievable.
title run in WWE. I always felt like all of his title runs were meh. Okay.
Put the
Super meh.
he put the ECW belt on him. Dude, put this belt on him. And it was just kind of, and then when he won, the buildup was always great. But then when he won, it was like, when's this belt getting off of him?
I saw this recently, and you'll laugh at this. Cody Rhodes' interview was like, was that supposed to be the finish of the tables match? Big Show just stepping through the table. And yes, it was.
But that's crazy because up until I was 38 years old, I thought that was always a botch that they just kind of rolled with.
Oh, no.
But that was the actual finish. So, Ryan, in case you don't know, there was a tables match between Cody Rhodes and the Big Show.
Yeah.
The Big Show stepped onto the ring, and then did Cody Rhodes push him, or
No, he stepped on the apron, and then Cody Rhodes pushed him, and then he stepped through the table, and it just broke.
that was the match? That was it.
That was it.
Nothing else happened.
Yeah, I saw that beat.
I always thought that was a legit botch that they just kind of rolled with, and I went, damn, they handled that real well. Nope, that
No.
was actual the planned finish of that match. If you're the
Right.
Big Show,
Cody Rhodes is like, I almost messed up the finish by drop kicking the table.
dude. So Brody, if you're the Big Show, and this is the match that they come to you with, do you go, no?
Well, no, I think he felt like, yeah, if I stepped on a table, it would break.
Unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Hey, don't forget too, by the way, with Stephanie McMahon, she fought Ronda Rousey.
Yes, yes, she did.
She's held the belt.
Yeah, she
She
held the
was-
women's championship.
She was the figure during the Authority. She was the reason, not the reason, but she is a large reason why we have Evolution.
That's right.
So putting her in the Hall of Fame 100% makes sense. If you want a safe bet of putting a McMahon in the Hall of Fame, there is no safer bet.
No,
Then
but then Stephanie, she deserves. She got a podcast going now, and she was an integral part of the WWE creative team for a minute.
So what was her best role, or at least your favorite role? Stephanie as a heel,
Stephanie as a heel with the
babyface,
Authority.
or
Yeah, I was gonna say
Stephanie
Authority.
behind the scenes.
Stephanie behind the no, actually no. Heel Stephanie McMahon in the Authority when she would just emasculate people and slap people on a whim. To
Oh,
me,
dude,
that's the best.
The whole thing with Daniel Bryan and
Yeah.
Brie
Oh,
Bella,
yeah.
like that whole storyline there. I
You're
was
just
invested.
a B+ player.
I was
She'll
invested
never be world champion.
Yeah.
because again, there was a little bit of reality. to that.
Oh yeah.
There was a little bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
reality of that because as much as that was all for on the screen and in the ring, I think there was some real people back there going, y'all don't believe in Daniel Bryan enough. And them going, because he's not good enough. And then we saw it on screen and it worked. And it worked really, really well. So Stephanie McMahon going into the Hall of Fame. Brody, this one to me, honestly, a little bit of a shocker. but I understand it. Who's the final name that we're going to talk about?
Well,
into
it's
the
a
WWE Hall of Fame?
phenomenal final name because it's a phenomenal one. AJ Styles, Grand Slam WWE champion. He's won every belt WWE, every belt, total nonstop action wrestling. It is AJ Styles.
So AJ Styles is getting into the WWE Hall of Fame, but I
wonder who he's going to be inducted by. Stephanie McMahon is going to be inducted by The Undertaker. We don't know who Rodman or Demolition will be inducted by yet. Probably Jimmy Hart or Rodman.
Oh, okay.
Probably Jimmy Hart or Bischoff.
I think Bischoff would be great to induct him. I don't think it'd be
Who
Nash.
inducts Demolition?
Would
Well,
it be,
the Road
would
Warriors
it be
would have-
Nash
Maybe Triple H would have Nash do it.
for Rodman? As far as Demolition, I don't know who the hell.
I don't know.
Is it Triple H?
Maybe.
It
I
might
don't
be
know who
Triple H.
inducts in Demolition.
So with
Now,
AJ
who inducts
Styles,
AJ?
But before we get into that, with AJ Styles, AJ Styles gets into the WWE Hall of Fame because of his professional wrestling career,
Yes.
not his WWE career. Do you think his WWE career alone gets him in?
Yes, he's
to
won
the Hall of
every
Fame?
single belt
Yeah, he
that
is a Grand
WWE has. He has. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's won every single belt WWE has. How
So
could he
you-
not
so
be a
you
Hall of
think-
Famer?
You think AJ Styles' WWE career was everything that it could have been and more?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Absolutely.
think it's everything it could have been.
No, he
showed up
won every
earlier.
belt, Brian. What belt did he win?
But he could have showed up earlier and it would have been. A
Do you know how
career.
long his WWE? Well, he could have. Do you know
That's
how
what I'm
long
saying.
his WWE Championship reign was? 371 days.
I mean, that's pretty
that's
awesome.
A good, that's a
Okay,
cool
I'm
range.
just saying,
I'm
how many
saying-
wrestlers get to do that?
I'm saying
Not a whole
that
lot.
I'm saying that it could have been a better career if he showed up earlier.
But that's the what ifs and
That's what
what
I'm
it should have,
saying.
could have.
That's
I
the only-
mean,
You say that though, Ryan, and I agree with you, but you say that, but okay, he comes earlier and he doesn't find this move that works when he's doing TNA and Ring of Honor and
Yeah, that
Indies.
that's
and
what I'm saying.
he
So I
doesn't
think-
find this move.
he got to
He-
WWE when he was ready.
Yeah, he doesn't go over to New Japan and build that character work a little bit and show that he could be a heel as well.
Remember
as
that
a
Claire
babyface.
Lynch angle that he had?
Yes. Then he comes back over to WWE, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, AJ's cool. And I'll be honest with you, AJ Styles' debut in the WWE might be up there as one of my favorite debuts
Royal
of all
Rumble
time.
2016.
Yeah,
Just because that music hit, and I went, no way. And then there he was. And it was a terribly kept secret. Everybody knew.
Yeah.
But still, I think his debut was one of the best debuts, especially at the Rumble. I mean, not even talking about his WWE career. I mean, this dude was the leader of one of the biggest global stables that people. I did not watch New Japan wrestling, but I knew
know Bullet
everything
Club.
about Bullet Club,
Yep.
and I knew that AJ Styles was the leader behind it. So tell me a little bit about his New Japan time, and tell me, Brody, how did he get involved in the Bullet Club?
Yeah, he was. This was after his tumultuous end with TNA. Ends up going to New Japan Pro Wrestling for a small cup of coffee. It was less than 2 years, I believe, and he ended up being a part of the Bullet Club faction because they had just lost Finn Balor, so he rose and ascended to become the leader there. And then it ended up in WWE. So it was always going to be, I think, a short-lived time until he ended up in WWE. So I don't think he intended on being there very long. He wasn't there very long, and it was a blink. But the fact that you remember that, Tony, means it was impactful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it
And
was
this
a fairly short blink of time.
And
Yeah,
this
because he
is-
only ran Bullet Club for like what, a few months,
Less than
right?
2 years.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like a year, right?
and this is coming from a guy that didn't watch New
Right.
Japan Pro Wrestling. I didn't read up on New Japan Pro Wrestling, but when I
Right.
heard AJ Styles was in Bullet Club, everybody knew about it. Brody, before we get too far from Stephanie McMahon, Ryan in the chat room here says that Shane and Stephanie should both be inducted if for nothing more than having to deal with their bizarre father for all those years.
Fair enough.
I think
Fair.
you're right. I think you're right.
Fair enough.
And I think AJ Styles deserves to be in the Hall of Fame just because AJ Styles is, whether you want to admit it or not, one of the best damn wrestlers out there.
In the ring. His in-ring ability is unmatched. And what got me to fall in love with AJ Styles was his three-way match at Unbreakable in 2005. Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. To me, when I think about TNA wrestling, I think about AJ Styles first and foremost. I think of Samoa Joe. I think of Kurt Angle. I think of Abyss. And those are the guys. I think of Bobby Roode. I
Yep.
think of James Storm.
James Storm was the name that popped into my
And I
head.
think of Eric Young. Like, those are about the 5 or 6 names, and of course, Sting, obviously. But those are the names of TNA I think of, and of course, Jeff Jarrett, who's been on the show. But those are the guys that I think of when I think of TNA. And AJ Styles had a phenomenal career in TNA, no doubt about that. And he had a phenomenal career at WWE. Phenomenal person. You've met AJ Styles once during your days in radio. I mean, AJ's a great guy, and I'm happy that he's going to get into the WWE Hall of Fame because he deserves it.
AJ Styles, not only one of the best in the ring, some people give him some crap about his promo skills, but all I say is that's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
You know, AJ Styles is the guy.
He wasn't the best promo, but did anybody really pay to hear him talk or just
Nobody
to
cared.
wrestle?
Nobody
Yeah.
cared. I'll take and plus, when he talked, it made me go, I don't think this is character or not because he
He's like a
talks
cool
like
dude.
him.
He talks like AJ.
He just seems like him. And the one thing that I will say, and I know this is kind of cheesy or whatnot, but AJ Styles is a family dude.
Oh, yeah.
AJ
he's like a family
Styles is a guy that loves his family, who I think did this because he loves to wrestle,
Yep.
but also did this because he knew this was a way to provide for his family.
Absolutely.
And it gives me kind of shades of Dusty Rhodes a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about how he wrestles or
No,
on the mic,
just the
but just-
provider.
correct. It is the guy you believe in because you go, this dude's doing this as a job
Right.
to provide for his family, and he's really damn good at it.
Yep.
You know, you look at a welder the same way, a guy
Of
that goes
course.
to work and does this job, and he
With that
does it
uniform
well.
on,
He
man.
puts on the uniform and he goes to work, and that's
Yep.
what AJ Styles did. And I think that alone gets him into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
The other thing that I wanted to bring up about AJ Styles,
Sure.
and the one thing I think of all the time, is the dark match that happened. I believe it was at a house show where AJ Styles went to go do the phenomenal forearm, and he got stuck on the top rope. And it was like, you know, you've seen that spot where
Sure.
the rope goes right to that spot. where
Yes,
it's not
yes,
supposed
of
to.
course.
And he stayed there for the entirety of the following match as well. Go look it up. So John Cena's wrestling somebody else, and AJ Styles for over 20 minutes is straddling the top rope because he was quote unquote stuck there. It is that type of stuff that make me go, I'm glad he's in the Hall of Fame.
Me too. And I'll say this: my two favorite WWE AJ Styles matches: John Cena versus AJ Styles SummerSlam 2016, and of course AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes at Backlash in 2024. I thought was an underrated match of Styles' time in WWE. Those are the two matches to me that, you know, sum up AJ Styles' run in WWE. He had great matches and just a great person.
Do we see AJ Styles? And I'm not saying WWE specifically. Do we see AJ Styles in the ring again within
Maybe.
the near future?
Maybe he's going to stay in WWE. He's going to stay behind the scenes in WWE. So he's not going to AEW. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay behind the scenes in WWE.
My question is,
You don't see him as I want him to be like an authority figure for
No.
TNA or
No.
something.
No,
like an-
or like-
never.
Do you know who does great as an authority figure? Nick Aldis. I know
He's
somebody who's
fantastic.
friends with Nick
He
Aldis,
is.
and I asked him, I was like, how do you does Nick Aldis love WWE? He loves it. He doesn't have to take any bumps, and he gets to do what he wants to do.
you know what's funny is one of Nick Aldis's last official pro wrestling matches was here in St. Louis
Yeah.
at a Glory Pro show. And it was like a couple weeks after that, he showed up on Raw in that kind of role. And it's great because it's really highlighting what he's great at.
Yeah.
And he's great on the mic. People love the way he talks.
He's a
And
great look.
Yeah,
He
it's
looks great in those
fantastic.
suits.
I just find it it's a sour taste in my mouth that AJ Styles is going into the WWE, and it's so close to how dirty they did him by having Gunther just beat the hell out of him. So it's like, I'm still thinking about
Who
it.
inducts him, though? I mean, that's another question. Is it Abyss? Because Abyss is in the WWE.
That's a great point. I'm trying to think back. I think the Good Brothers.
Yeah,
The Good Brothers got to come out and do something. 'Cause they're
Yeah.
doing stuff in TNA, right?
that's fair. Yeah,
So-
Carl
so it-
Anderson, Luke Gallows can induct them. I would love it to be Abyss. I wouldn't mind it to be Jeremy Borash. Maybe he comes out and inducts them. There are options. There are definitely options. Bobby Roode. So they've got options at WWE.
So overall thoughts, what do you think about this year's class going into the WWE?
Oh, I think
Hall
it's
of
going to be
Fame?
great. You got Stephanie McMahon, AJ Styles, Demolition, Sid Udy, Bad News Brown as legacy inductees. Those are two legacy inductees. Demolition, of course, celebrity Dennis Rodman. I think is a pretty solid class.
I think so too. I think there are some classes that have fallen short a little bit, but I think this is definitely one that's got that star power. I think with Stephanie McMahon going in, with Dennis Rodman going in, I think you're going to get a lot of outside coverage of it as well, because people, especially when it comes to the world of professional wrestling, outside media outlets love to focus when women are on the rise. And to see Stephanie McMahon in the corporate side of things as well as in the ring, I think a lot of people are going to jump on that for that coverage and really showcase that. So I think it's powerful there. And also, you throw Dennis Rodman in the mix and you never know what the hell is going to
Exactly.
happen. You never know what the hell is going to happen.
All right, we got to beat the brain, right, Tony?
Yes, I do. And
All right.
This is more fun. And Ryan, I want you to kind of chime in on this too, because I know
Sir.
Brody knows all these answers.
Sure.
already. All right, we're talking.
Don't sell me short. I'm about to know all too.
Okay, I hope
right.
so.
I hope so.
And if you guys are in the chat room, feel free to play along
Absolutely.
as well. What I have is a list of wrestlers, okay? Or
Mm-hmm.
not, I'm sorry, not wrestlers, a list of non-wrestlers. And what I want to do is name this person, and you just have to tell me if they are in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Go
Pretty
ahead.
simple, correct?
Yep.
Let's go.
All right, so we'll start easy. I'll start here with Flying Ryan Swingler. Your first celebrity is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Is Arnold Schwarzenegger in the WWE Hall of Fame?
No.
Brody, is he?
He is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Listen to that. Arnold
Yes, he
actually
is.
called in. There he is. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Brody, how about Johnny Knoxville?
Believe he is.
Johnny Knoxville is not.
He's not, but he appeared at a
He's not.
WrestleMania though.
Correct, but that's not enough.
He's
yet.
not okay. He's not in the
That's not
WWE. I
enough
wouldn't have put him
yet.
in anyway, but
No.
okay. He appeared at a WrestleMania.
Okay. Flying Ryan. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, is he in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Okay, I know he's shown up.
That's
But
not the question.
I
I
know.
didn't ask if he
He's
showed up.
in the WWE Hall of Fame.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. He is 100% in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes,
Brody,
he has.
is William Shatner in the Hall of Fame?
I know he inducted Jerry Lawler.
That's not the question. The
Is
question
he in the Hall of
is
Fame?
William
I don't think
Shatner-
he is, but he inducted Lawler, strangely enough. Or no, they put him in. They put him in. They did put him in. They
He
did put him in.
is in the WWE.
That was so
Hall of Fame.
odd. Why would you induct
Right,
Jerry
because he-
Lawler?
I didn't understand that. Why? I mean, maybe Lawler
Why
and
would they have
Shatner are
Shatner?
friends. Maybe they're
No,
close
it was supposed to be Lance Russell, and then they made a change. They're like, no, William Shatner.
friends. Crazy. All right, here's a good one for you. Superfan Macaulay Culkin. Is Macaulay Culkin in the WWE Hall of Fame? Don't
Well-
look at Brody shaking his head no.
How
I
do
want
you-
your answer, Ryan.
When I was taking test school, I looked all around the board to see if there was anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going with no.
He is
No.
not in
No,
the
baby.
WWE Hall
No,
of
he's
Fame.
not in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Brody, is Bad Bunny in the WWE
No.
Hall of Fame?
No.
See, you say it like that though, but if Bad Bunny has one more match,
Oh, I'm sure they'll put Bad Bunny in eventually,
it's the same thing as Dennis
and
Rodman.
put Freddie Prinze Jr. in while you're at it.
That dude did some stuff.
Yes,
when
he
was
did. He
writing.
did stuff behind the scenes.
Okay, Ryan,
Yes.
MLB player, not Hall of Fame member. Yeah. Pete Rose.
Oh, I got a story about
Is
this.
he in the WWE Hall of
And I've
Fame?
heard that name. Right? I'm going with it. Yes.
Of
He
course
is.
he is. Are
He
you
is.
kidding? When
And
he got
Brody-
into the
why-
WWE Hall of Fame, he spent all of his WWE Hall of Fame payout on, I think he was in Vegas, and he spent it all that day. that
Which is
weekend.
unbelievable. But
That's so
Brody,
cool.
why is Pete Rose
So
in the
cool.
WWE Hall of Fame? What is his main connection
He
to
got
wrestling?
tombstoned by Kane.
How many times? Like 10,
Several,
right?
Yeah.
That was like a thing for a while.
Too many
At
times.
WrestleMania, Kane would beat up Pete Rose. That was a thing, and that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. And I think it's because WWE wanted to
He's not in the baseball Hall of Fame. We need to give him a Hall of Fame induction.
be the,
I think
yeah,
he needs to be in the Hall.
I think they wanted him to be
Yeah.
like, hey, you're a Hall of Famer, and we're the reason that did it. So you could tell everybody you're a Hall of Famer,
Oh my God.
which is absolutely crazy. All right, Brody.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor.
I don't think he's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Famously headlined a WrestleMania.
I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame though.
He is not. You are correct.
He is not in the Hall of Fame. No,
He is not.
but he did main event at WrestleMania with Bam Bam.
Hey, I'm going to give you a twofer here.
Okay.
Number
This is how I
one.
come back.
Number
Okay.
one. Price is Right host Bob Uecker. Is Bob Uecker
Yes.
in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
What about Price is Right host Drew Carey? Is Drew Carey in the Hall
Yes.
of Fame? You're both correct.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
except
baby.
Bob Uecker never hosted The Price is Right. Bob Barker did.
You're right. Bob Uecker from Major League. Is he in? Yes, he is.
Yes. Bob Uecker's a great
Look
guy.
at you. Hey, you catching me over
You
here.
remember when he was Andre the Giant choked Bob Uecker? That was great. He
That-
probably loved being involved in WWE. What a wild, eccentric personality. He was a commentator for the Milwaukee Brewers for many, many years. Great guy. Former Major League player as well.
Bob Uecker, that meme of Andre choking Bob Uecker is like one of my favorite things
Yes.
to send out in the group chat for sure.
Oh,
Brody, what about Stephen Amell?
no.
No, he is not. He is not.
No, he's wrestled a lot, though.
Okay, Ryan.
Oh,
Former WCW World Heavyweight Champion David Arquette. Is he in the Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
go with Circle A. I'm gonna go with yes.
Brody, is he in the
No,
Hall
he's
of
not in
Fame?
the WWE Hall of Fame. Bless David Arquette. I know he wants to be involved with wrestling, but he's You know, he got in a death match with Nick Gage.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw it. And Nick Gage almost killed him. Legit.
I know a guy who's tattooed David Arquette.
Yeah, legit. Ryan, I don't know if you know this story or not. So David Arquette wins the WCW title.
Yeah.
Everybody loses their mind. He goes backstage after winning the title. He's sitting in the locker room. Booker T is sitting next to him. Booker T, okay? David Arquette. Booker T taps him on the back and goes, "Congrats, man. Enjoy it." And David Arquette goes, "I still can't believe it, Book. How many times have you won this?" And Booker T had to look at David Arquette, the actor, and go, "Never."
Then eventually he would say five times, but not at that
Imagine
time.
being in that position. It doesn't matter if you are the top Hollywood elite actor in the planet. You feel like the tiniest person ever, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Was it Ready to Rumble? That's why we're putting the belt on David Arquette. What the hell is wrong with you? By the way, Ready to Rumble, great movie. I love it. I definitely love it.
Oh,
All right.
that's a lot of sarcasm, right?
I actually do enjoy that movie. And I think it because it came out in 2000 when I was a freshman in high school. Think about that. That movie
So
is
spring
made
of
for
2000.
freshmen in high school.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Fair
is
enough.
made for freshmen in high school.
Fair enough.
Flying Ryan Swingler, Kid Rock in the WWE Hall of Fame or no?
I've been going with yes a lot. Because I feel like Kid Rock is in there.
Brody?
I don't think he is.
He is.
No,
Yeah,
God,
Beat the brain. There you go.
Oh,
He is.
really? But
Yep.
when did they put Kid Rock in?
I believe it was a couple years back. It was the weird year when
Oh,
he did
no.
a bunch
well,
of celebrity stuff. He did the
I'm
theme
not
for
going to get into
Mania.
it. I'm not going to get into it, but I know why he's in.
Okay.
It's a win.
All right, Brody. All right, I'm going to do a speed round here with the remaining names.
All
okay? Mike Tyson,
Yes, of course he should be in.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, I
Should
bet
be,
he's in.
Yeah.
He is. Mr. T,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
remember
think so. Wait. Is
No.
he? I don't think so.
Shaquille O'Neal is not in the WWE
He
Hall
hasn't
of Fame.
done enough, though.
All
Most notably, didn't he wrestle and was involved in Jade Cargill's debut match in AEW? Is
Yeah.
probably his most notable thing.
Sure was. Yep. All right, two more names here. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
He should be, but he's not.
He should be, but he's not. And here's a name that I think I'm almost willing to put money on it that within the next 3 years, this person will go into the WWE
Dude,
Hall
Dixie
of Fame.
Carter?
Nope. And this is a name where you're going to go, no way. But I think
I can
WWE
believe
does it.
Jelly Roll?
Nope. Pat McAfee.
Oh, of course he
Yeah.
will be. Are you
But
kidding?
I-
That's
but
a
I think-
no-brainer.
But I think Pat McAfee goes in before Michael Cole. I think Pat McAfee goes in before a lot of people.
Because of the relationship with ESPN.
And because of his celebrity status. And they go, if we put Pat McAfee in the Hall of Fame, he's going to talk about it on his show for months. And that is the best form of promotion.
What are
that
your
they
thoughts
get.
on him
His
saying that
intro.
wrestling has passed him by? Conrad laughed a little bit.
I think it has. Wrestling
No.
has passed. And the reason I think he said wrestling has passed him by is because I think,
Conrad and Jeff thought it was a PR move.
well, that's what I was going to say. I think he did it. I don't think he did it to be serious. I think he did it to make it go, yes, I am just like Pat McAfee, and wrestling has passed me by. But if he could still be involved and enjoy it, then I could still be involved and enjoy it. I 100% think it was a PR move.
Sure.
But do you think Pat McAfee will be back full time in any capacity when it comes to professional wrestling?
Sure. Why not?
No.
Never say never. Do you think Dixie Carter actually will get to the WWE Hall of Fame at some point?
Man, that is a great question. I just don't know if we're there yet. At some point, yes. If the bet was with 100% certainty she will never get in, I would not take that bet. Because I think
Why
she
not?
does.
Why not put her in? That's what I'm saying. Why not put her in?
I just think it's difficult to navigate that, to do it in a way where because I mean, for a long time, she was the main competition. And
Yep.
if you could put Eric Bischoff in the WWE Hall of Fame, you should be able to put Dixie Carter
think so.
in the WWE Hall of Fame. Here's my question, Brody, before we get out of here.
Sure.
Is Ted Turner in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
He will never get in. Are you kidding me? Him and Vince
Why not?
hate each other.
I know they hate each other.
Not a
but
chance. I can rest on that Ted
Why?
Turner will not get into
Why do they
WWE
hate
Hall
each
of
other,
Fame.
Brody?
It's bad. No, Ted Turner called Vince McMahon and said it. It said, and I'm actually going to quote this right cleanly here. I'm going to put you out of business. And Vince said, no, you're not. And they don't like each other.
Yeah.
Ted tried to buy the WWE. Vince wasn't having it.
Ted
They hate each other.
Ted
Like,
Turner-
legitimately don't like each other.
Yeah, Ted Turner called Vince McMahon once he bought Georgia Championship Wrestling, and he said, "Hey, Vince, I'm in the wrestling business." And Vince said, "Well, that's interesting because I'm in the entertainment business." And that's how that feud kind of started.
Well, and they really don't like each other. Not a chance that Turner gets in.
I don't know, man. Now that Vince McMahon's kind of gone and we're seeing some weird things,
No.
I think it should. I personally think it should be at least considered.
I don't think it'll be considered. He won't get in when he's live, though.
Ooh.
Not. I will hang. No, I think Ted Turner's not going to get in. But speaking of which, Have More Money Now. Has any of you listened to Have More Money Now? JBL's new podcast. That's right, where they talk about, do you want to save money? Do you want to make more money? Listen to Have More Money Now. Do you know who they just had on? Violent J.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I did see some clips of that.
Yes.
And that's great. Which, by the way, ICP and Violent J and that whole story, look into that. You want to talk about geniuses? Those dudes are business.
They are business geniuses.
Absolutely.
Terry Crouppen has been seen wearing an Insane Clown Posse shirt.
I absolutely love that. That just put Terry up a couple notches on my belt.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
Down with the clown, Terry. Hey, Brody, before we get out of here,
sure.
Let people know socials, all that fun stuff.
That's right, of course. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like this video at Wrestling on the Spectrum, and of course, at Wrestling OTS on X, and of course, on TikTok and Instagram. That's at Wrestling on the Spectrum. Check out the Wrestling on the Spectrum Facebook page. We are available on all of the social media platforms, so give us a follow, like our posts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of content coming down the pike.
And also, I did want to let you guys know, Wrestling on the Spectrum is going to look a little different for you guys here in the very near future. We are investing in making some upgrades here, so your viewing experience is going to be much better. The way you find our content is going to be much better. So make sure that you are following us on our socials for those updates. And don't forget bcraffles.com. Again, that's bcraffles.com.
Final chance
week for you to win a pair of tickets to SmackDown as it comes to the Enterprise Center here in St. Louis. Not only 2 tickets, but also free parking and a $150 gift card for you to spend at the merch store. Guys, I loved talking about the Hall of Fame class. I'm very excited to see that all play out at Mania, and we will continue that road to WrestleMania next Saturday right here on Wrestling on the Spectrum. Don't forget, if you are out and about, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time every Saturday, you can tune in live, participate in the YouTube chat, but if you do miss it, don't forget, you can always find us as part of the Podcast Heat family wherever you stream your podcast. For Ryan Swingler, for Brody, the Brain Herman, my name was Tony Patrico, and this was Wrestling on the Spectrum.